And when you talk about mystery, I guess if you're us, you pretty quickly move to film noir. Mainly for the cool lighting and hot ladies. That's why.
ODSTs in black and white.
Yes. And for us, there was a lot of stuff that was exciting about noir, Mike. I mean, I know, hopefully that was helpful to you guys during the process.
Yeah, it was certainly inspirational. I know that Justin, he felt like he finally had an ally on the story side to kind of push the look of a Halo game beyond what people were used to. More use of screen effects to play with color shifting, higher degree of contrast, meaning in some areas you might have blackness or darkness that in previous games we had to fill with light in order to make it playable. So we felt like, hey, finally we can start playing around with color and light in a way that we hadn't before, thanks to the choice of film noir. Now, there were certain things that we couldn't achieve, but we'll also have the next game to try for that.
I think once the words film noir were uttered, all the disciplines really glommed onto that. Music, art, lighting, just writing, even like the names of the characters and the dialogue that is in the script is very film noir, and it's just something that everybody could understand. The mixed film noir with Halo, and this is our game, and we could all kind of run in our different directions and then come back at the end, and everything fit together.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys thought I was cool. I thought when I said film noir, you were going to beat me up because, usually that's what happens when you walk around saying film noir to people. They just. One of the cool things about film noir is it's not just a really cool visual aesthetic, but it's got these great archetypal characters. So, in film noir mystery stories, you've usually got this this sort of lone gumshoe detective guy, right? This mysterious stranger that no one really knows much about, hard-boiled character. And for us, this was a perfect fit for the player character in the game. We knew we wanted you to play as an ODST, but making the ODST a mysterious, dark character was really, really great. And along the way, early on, we produced this image, which really, I think, captured exactly the spirit of the game, from the lighting to the character, the whole mood of the piece. Now, Marty, at this point, we could break out and play a little music if you wanted. I don't think these fine people would mind if they saw my desktop.
So I'm going to cut in here real quick and show us what I got inspired to do film noir.
Are you going to talk over your music?
Before I start talking, make sure you stop that one, yeah.
All right. So you tell
I do want to say that, like, Harold, who's the studio, our what's he called again? President? I don't know what he is. He's something. He's in charge.
He writes your checks.
That's right. Okay. So Harold came and said, "Yeah, we're going to do this campaign extension, and we need some good ideas." And he's going to be a limited scope because we're going to try to turn it around pretty quick. So limited scope. And I said, "Oh yeah, that's a really cool idea." And he goes, "Yeah, I got Paul and Joe working on it." I'm like, "Oh, yeah." So there goes the limited scope, which is why. I mean, he couldn't have gotten two guys better in the studio to do something like this, but the idea of it being small and limited is impossible. So,
it feels really creepy when you compliment me, by the way.
I think he just called me small and limited.
Hey, go ahead and stand up and.
We'll be here all night. All right, so what do you want me to play all day?
Well, let's. See, I'm so used to that, I don't even notice when he does it. Let's play a little of the first thing I did when I sat down at the piano, and yeah, but before you play it, okay. I was just going to say that Joe had played some Miles Davis for me, and it was a little too trumpet, it was a little too jazz, but I like the idea of something that evoked small jazz combo-y kind of feel, and that film noir dark feel. So I threw away all the Halo themes that we'd ever heard and decided to try to do something new, and I wanted to know, what does it feel like to be in a dark city at night in the rain and be sort of alone? So this is the first little piece that we started with. You can play that as loud as you want, actually. Little saxophone.
Feel free to dance if anybody wants to get romantic. We can take the lights down a little. Marty, talk us through this. Talk us through what you were feeling here.
See, this is the amazing thing. For me, it's like I listen to music. I don't usually talk over music, but that's okay. Joe always talks over the music. He writes dialogue over the music. This is it's just a little rainy, dark, mysterious mood thing. Some activities about to start here. You know you're going to be walking through some rainy streets. Ooh, something's going to happen. So these are some of the themes. They don't feel all that much like Halo, but there you go. So we can. Thank you very much.
So, Marty, did the idea for the sax come to you just immediately, or how did that whole thing come about?
Well, it came to me because I didn't want to do muted trumpet like Joe wanted me to do. So, saxophone.
I
was
said
the-
smoky sax. I was.
Well, but you don't know what smoky sax actually means.
I think you probably thought I said smoky sex, and you just didn't.
Keep it clean, yes, exactly. The other nice thing about this, I was really excited to be able to do all new music for this small scale thing, which was going to be about an hour or two's worth of gameplay, and then it turned into pretty much 8 to 10 hours of gameplay.
Hey, you know, it's really variable depending on the difficulty level and
Good save, Joe.
Can somebody cut off Marty's mic, please?
Yes, you can rush through anything, but you should spend your time playing this game because there's a lot of cool stuff in it, and there's over 3 hours of music in it, which I had to write from scratch.
So,
And several other people, by the way. Just to give some props out there too. C. Paul, who's one of my audio designers, actually contributed some music and worked with me on it. Mike Salvatore, the guy I've worked with for years, and another guy named Stan Lepard. So we all had to really crank up a bunch of music for this small scoped game.
Now, is there any Brian? You want to jump in or?
I just wanted to ask, 3 hours seems like an awful lot, like almost like it could stand on its own.
It could stand on its own, maybe even make like a double CD soundtrack out of it.
You don't say.
Which is coming out on September 22nd, along with the game, so you should pre-order it from Amazon right now, right, Brian?
Sounds like a good idea.
We're not here to plug. We're here to, enlighten.
My daughter's in the front row. I need to continue to feed her.
Oh, hey.
Even though she's married. Sorry, Gavin.
Now, did you? This is really beautiful stuff. Do you want to play more of it? Do you want to go back to
No,
the?
let's go
Are you
back.
done? All right, so we're going back. Hang on a sec, Brian. Feel free to.
Say
Take me.
Do the grunt voice. We haven't heard from Lars yet. Lars, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Bring us back, Joe.
Thank goodness.